Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Mad at Mike McDaniel. You know, dude, first of all, he just got done talking on his Friday press conference. Some good stuff coming out of there. Teron Armstead looks like he's going to play. They used the term optimistic. Connor Williams looked like he's in line to play. Robert Hunt will not play. Robert Jones will be playing in his place. But you get back your starting center, you get back your starting left tackle. That's obviously very, very good news. And, you know, Austin Jackson, been awesome this season. So Dolphins do feel like they're becoming more whole. We know about the pieces on defense that look like they're coming back as well. With X saying that he's going to play this week, Holland being out of concussion protocol. Like we said, man, with this whole trade deadline thing, you know, it does feel like things are coming together with some great acquisitions and the Dolphins having themselves a great record. But I'm mad at Mike McDaniel because the man is so irritatingly logical. You know, in this game, we like narratives. We like the buildup. We like what is this game going to mean? And I do think that for the Dolphin fan, there is an element to everybody. You always want to see your team win, but this is one you definitely want because you want people to shut the hell up just for a little bit. And you know, Mike McDaniel put it so simply. He was asked by some media today about the importance, the stakes of this game against the Chiefs, and kind of put it like he did for the Eagles game, but he's doing it now before the game. And he's, you know, I'll let you guys listen to what the head coach had to say, but, you know, he basically made it cut and dry.
There are a bunch of narratives that occur whether you win or you lose. I'll tell you what's going to happen with the Miami Dolphins. They lose, we can't beat good teams. We win, we're going to win the Super Bowl. None of it matters. You have to be your best when your best is required, and that's when there's elimination games. So you're trying to build towards that and take advantage of every opportunity to best service yourself for the situation at the end of the season. So, you know, there's a lot made up of each and every game. Quite literally, this is 1/17th of the season. That's how important it is. If it was Major League Baseball, it'd be 10 games. That would be 5 games in the NBA. But at the same time, you know, let's say, for instance, you know, we were able to beat the Chiefs and had the best game of our year this week. What does that mean? It means we're 7-2. That's all. Does 7 wins get you into the playoffs? Probably not.
Man, when you put it like that, that's what I'm saying. Mad at him. You know, like we like to put the juice into these games. We like to put the extra stuff into this game. Now, the game still holds a lot of it. First, you know, you have the Tyreek Hill factor, which I don't care what the record are. You know, Tyreek Hill definitely wants to go out there and win this game against his former team. He's flourishing with his new team. You want to show out a little bit. This is something that, like, you know, Spo has always made a big thing. And maybe in basketball it's a little bit more personal. But, you know, when you have a personality that Tyreek Hill's one of the guys in the league that's so big, he's like an NBA star. You know, one of the rare non-quarterbacks that's just so big, so famous. Everybody knows who he is. Has a one-name nickname that he goes by that's maybe even more famous than his name. And so that is always going to have a lot of stakes. But, yeah, it is. You put it all out there like that, and, yeah, it's a huge matchup against Kansas City. And there is an element, like Tua even gave voice to this week, that there is a measuring stick game. I remember saying in the week, I do feel like this is a statement game, but the coach isn't going to let it become bigger than it is. And it is going to be interesting because if they do get the win here, there'll be some, you know, what's wrong with the Chiefs? That you've been even hearing a little bit of that in the narrative coming up in the lead up to this week. But also for the Dolphins, they go into this and, you know, the hype train is going to take off like a rocket. People are going to go absolutely bat bleep crazy for this team. And so, and the other thing that's going to be interesting about it is it's the first thing that happens on this NFL Sunday, which, again, is cool that everybody gets to experience this, but this almost feels like it should be a primetime game on the road. Thankfully for the Dolphins, you know, Andy Reid gave voice to this week where he's like, this is almost a road game for us. They left late. was kind of giving voice to the idea that this is a nuisance. They've had a lot of their players chirping about how they're not thrilled that they have to do this. And the Dolphins, meanwhile, you got them enjoying the town. Beautiful videos of them all eating together and having a great time and enjoying Germany together. So it definitely feels like the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel has had his team embrace this entire week a little bit more than the Chiefs has. Will that have any bearing on Sunday? Who the hell knows? I don't know. I feel like it's more beneficial to be there. They've talked about it. Tyreek Hill wasn't thrilled that they went out early. Others were because they wanted to get used to the sleep patterns and the time and all that type of stuff. So this is going to be an interesting thing from that standpoint. But ultimately, you have a Dolphins team that feels as whole as it has been in a very, very long time. I mean, the only to lose your guard spots going in is tough, especially with Rob Hunt. He's kind of been such a staple with all the moving pieces over the last few years. Rob Hunt's really been so steady and done a good job there. And the guy's mauling people, and even sometimes he'll illegally score touchdowns. So it's gonna suck not having him out there for sure. But to get that secondary together and have Vic Fangio be in the place that he's at, maybe getting to unlock a lot of things, that's absolutely thrilling. And then for the Dolphins' perspective, yeah, the Tyreek Hill thing is a thing. And Tyreek Hill is coming into this with, I think, the attitude of like, hey, he's here to show out, and he wants to let them know, like, the Chiefs, they're going to get this work, dude.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter where we play at. I mean, obviously, it would have been great to play in KC, but it really doesn't matter where we play at. You feel me? They're going to get this work wherever, though. Look, y'all ready to use that bulletin board material?
I can't wait, man. This is an exciting thing. I think if you got to know, I know that Cheetah said that he's not paying fines anymore for the NFL, but you have to figure that he's got something absolutely major up his sleeve, fresh off his AFC offensive player of the month, which the Dolphins, I guess I read the stat that the Dolphins hadn't had one in 30 years up to Tua, and now they have back-to-back, which kind of just speaks to the dominance that they've been playing at. They've been absolutely awesome with this season and what they're able to do. But the other funny moment that happened with Tyreek Hill's press conference is, he was asked by the media about, is he MVP? Is there a chance if he continues this, he could be MVP? And Tyreek Hill wanted to let you know, no, sir.
Hey, your stats this seasons are incredible. Do you think you have a chance to win the MVP award?
No, because we have a player that's on our team that's better than me. It means more to this team. So, no. And his name is Alec Ingold.
And I know, look, it's just funny because nobody would ever think that the fullback Alec Ingold is the MVP, and obviously he's never going to win MVP. But Alec Ingold's important, and everybody loves him, and everybody knows the dirty work that him and Durham Smythe go out there and do for this squad. So I like the fact that Tyreek Hill is having a fun shout out there with him. Alec Ingold's reaction to this was priceless.
Tyreek says you're the team MVP.
I don't know what the MVP of what. I don't like.
At speeches.
At speeches and morale.
Yes.
All right, that's all I got though. I don't know about the catches or.
Oh man, delight. You hear him in speeches. Listen, Alec Ingold must give a mean speech. He seems like he would. Fullback is kind of a crazy way to make your living, but he's been doing a fantastic job of it. So. Look, it does feel like this is going to be the Dolphins feel like they got everything in line going into this, as healthy as they have been in a while. Getting Teron back is going to be absolutely huge. What happened to him and his injury, man, that was so unfortunate getting rolled up on like that. Imagine if this could just please be, the run that he has for the rest of the year. I know even some people are like rats off a ship on him. You knew what you were getting with Teron Armstead when he came here. Like, you knew that this was going to be a factor, that he was going to have some times in the year where he was going to be banged up. But guys, hey, let's not forget about Teron Armstead, guys. He's good. He's freaking good. And so don't lose sight of that. Out of all, the damage is done on the money, right? The money is spent. Can't really do anything about it. You want him out there playing. You want him out there being effective. You don't want this being a situation where the guy isn't giving you nothing. You never know if he's going to come back. There's been some weird injury situations over the last few years with the Miami Dolphins. So this one hasn't been as catastrophic, and I think is setting themselves. And then look, this is a good Chiefs defense, dude. I think the Chiefs are top 4 in both offense and defense. Dolphins defense definitely feels like it's coming into form, but so far the show everybody talks about going into this is their offense, and so I think it's a good opportunity for the Dolphins defense to really, make a big statement. And I think against the Eagles they did a good job. I think Fangs was pretty pleased with it. They got a huge takeaway in that game to even it up. And so to get all of the reinforcements back for this matchup, it sets them up in a really, really great spot. I really can't wait to see what he's able to do with having Ramsey and Xavier Howard out there, putting Kader Kohu probably in his proper spot. Will we see him versus Travis Kelce? Like, this is all things that are going to be really, really exciting with this upcoming matchup, and I cannot wait. Mike McDaniel, you can say all you want to say that all the narratives are already predetermined, and you are right. You're a very smart guy. But doesn't mean that the excitement or the juice of this game is lacking at all, because I cannot wait to see what this matchup brings come Sunday morning.